Hi, how's it going? I'm really excited to talk with you guys about today's live at lunch. I overhear a lot of things a lot in my years of teaching in studios and hearing teachers talk to each other and hearing when I was a manager of studios talking with teachers and now that I actually just work alongside other renters, I still hear teachers talk and there's some things that I really think are really interesting when I talk with teachers around the world. And I actually wonder how often you guys give yourself like an actual paycheck. And I'm not saying this is like a Pilates instructor thing. I think this is actually a self-employed thing. And so I I think it's super important to pay yourself and also know how much money you actually make. And if in the beginning of your business you just don't have the money to pay yourself after you pay all of the bills, like there's just nothing left for you, then at least like write yourself a fake check, like a blank, like a check, like an imaginary check that's like, I owe myself this much money for the work I'm doing. Because you need to know when you teach how much that hour is worth, right? What's the value of that? Not just so that you charge the right amount, but also so that you are in control of your finances. Because if you don't know how much money you make, it's really hard for you to give yourself the vacation you deserve, the time off you deserve, or the education you deserve, because you might be overspending or underspending. So I wrote a blog in October, and then some people just circulated it again, which is great. And in that blog post, I talked about some numbers that you can actually make as a Pilates instructor, right? Like how to maximize your earning potential. And I did that because I know how I want to maximize my earning potential. So I have an idea of how much I want to make at the end of the year. And then I also have like this like awesome number that I would really like to make. So there's the money I need to make, and then there's the money that I would just want to make because I want to. I deserve it, right? So I have that idea and I go with that idea, the one that I deserve to make, and I really like the stretch goal, right? And then I look at how many weeks I want to work a year. Like I want to take 1 week off of every month, essentially, either to run or lead a retreat, go travel, just spend time. Also, if there's a slow week in a month, it gives me, I've already budgeted that in because I took a week off of every month. Right. So that's how I kind of do mine. And then I take the number of weeks that are left in the year that I could teach. I divide that amongst how much money I want to teach. And that helps me figure out my rates. And it also helps me figure out how much I'm teaching. So you'll see the blog. After this is over, I'll put a link to last fall's blog so you can see how I did that. Because I know talking out numbers can seem crazy. But now you know like how I know how much money I make per hour, right, when I'm teaching. So I actually know every single week how on track I am with my paycheck. So I can actually pay myself out. So I never have to go, can I afford that or not? I know I can afford it. I know that I can afford a vacation or a flight or a workshop that I want to take because I actually write myself a paycheck. And so that's really something I want for teachers. When I used to run studios, one of the things that was amazing to me is how much teachers just trusted that their paycheck was correct, that the mind body or whatever system is being used, like checked all the clients out correctly, and they didn't actually check and make sure that they actually got the credit for the sessions that they taught. And so that's really interesting to me because how people make mistakes, right? So what if you forgot to put somebody in? It's really important if you're not tracking the sessions that you're doing every week and you're not tracking how many sessions you teach every week and you're not tracking how much you pay yourself, then how do you actually know how much money you make and you can afford, right? One of the complaints I hear often is like, oh, I wish I could afford that. Or I wish I could go on that retreat. I wish I had the money. Well, you might actually have it. Where is your money going, right? Do you give yourself a paycheck? Because that would actually tell yourself you do have this much money or you don't have this much money. And then how can we make sure you do? Like that's something I could work with you on. So now that I work amongst renters and I go into studios and I coach teachers, aside from hearing I don't have this or I don't have that, I wish I had this money, I notice a lot of teachers just assume that their rental check is correct. And again, you know, the studio's not going to try to steal from you, but equipment makes mistakes. You might have forgotten to put someone in or take somebody out, and then you're just throwing money away. So this whole thing, this whole live video is because I really want teachers to make the money that they deserve to make and also be in control of how much they make. You are not at the will of your client. What you make each week is actually in your complete control. I taught a webinar and I also have an online course about never a dull moment, like teaching your ideal schedule. So besides knowing when you want to teach and filling those hours, you actually, my hours that I have available of teaching every week is, a certain amount. And then I fill those slots. And those slots, when they are full, is the amount of teaching I need to do to make the money I want to make to live the life I want to live. So if a client cancels early, I have a list of people. I'm like, hey, jump on in this, right? So that I continue to stay on track. If you are letting your clients schedule themselves, then it makes it really difficult for you to be in charge of how much you make. And that makes it really difficult for you to give yourself a paycheck. So in the comments, and by the way, you can write comments on this. In the comments, I will post the blog post from last fall, because you might not have seen it. I will also put up my goals workshop and my scheduling course so that you can see how you can use your goals and your schedule to create the income that you want to create. Or you can email me at Lesley, Lesley, at profitablepilates.com. And when you do that, what we can do is we can set up a way of coaching you on your goals, your schedule, and the amount of money that you need to make. So we'll get really honest and we could do it together. Because, you can make money as a teacher and you deserve to. So you deserve to be able to go on vacation. You deserve to go on my retreats. I've got one in Ojai in June. And I've got one in Cambodia in August. And you can come on those, right? If you know how much money you make. Because we're not of service to people. We just happen to be in the service industry. Lastly, I'm going to put another link up because summer session is happening and I'm going to be doing more webinars. I did the spring session season 1 and they were awesome and they were a hit. But I want to make sure that I'm putting the webinars up that you want to take for the business advice that you want to learn. And so in order for me to do that, I want to hear from you. So you can email that information to me, Lesley, Lesley, at profitablepilates.com, or there'll be a link for a survey. It's 6 questions, super, super quick. And you can choose the length of webinars that you like and some topics that I'm thinking people are liking based on the questions I've been getting. Or you can write yours own in. And then in the next week, I'm going to launch the calendar. And you'll be able to pre-buy those webinars and get group coaching on the information that you need as a Pilates instructor to rock the business that you want, because shouldn't everybody be doing Pilates? And I can't teach them all. So I need all these teachers like you to be super busy with clients. That's what I want for you. So again, if you need anything from me, Lesley at profitablepilates.com. Make sure to stay tuned for... Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi, Miguel. So make sure that you go to, it'll take me about 2 minutes. I'll put all the links up for the survey to take for summer session webinars. And I'll put up the link for the blog so that you can maximize your earnings as a teacher. And I'll put up my courses so that you can make sure that you're picking, setting goals for yourself that have to do with you and not just what your clients want, and also how to set up a teaching schedule that you enjoy doing and filling that, as opposed to just taking clients whenever they want to come in. Because a Swiss cheese schedule, a schedule with lots of holes all over it, is just draining. So thank you for watching this. It's so good to have you. Miguel, I miss you, but I get to see you in June, yes? I should have been in Dubai. Gosh, I'm so sad I wasn't there. To everybody, have a wonderful afternoon and stay tuned. I'm going to get those links up in the next 30 seconds. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.